Today on the Chokeslam Wrestling Report on my YouTube channel, we're going to go through the PWI top 100 female wrestlers that came out yesterday. And the top 10 is very questionable. That and much more on the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode on my YouTube channel, the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. And today we're going to be talking about the PWI 100 top female wrestlers in the world. The list came out yesterday, and the list right now, as a wrestling fan, I am not too happy with the top 10 women wrestlers in this list because the majority of them are WWE. And I tell you right now, even though Bayley deserved the number one spot, but the top five are all WWE women. And two women should not be in this list, and that's Bayley and Charlotte Flair. They should be on the list, but not the ranking where they at. Becky Lynch came out at number 2, and Charlotte Flair came in at number 4. Now, my beef with that is these female wrestlers they're not wrestling. And if you're doing it from October of 2019 to October 2020, Charlotte Flair has missed about 3 to 4 months already. Becky has missed more. So why they number 2 and the other number 4? Becky Lynch, she probably won't be back to probably after the Rumble or in the Rumble. She's scheduled to give birth in December. And then Charlotte, we don't know when she's coming back. So this list, looking at the criteria like titles won, quality of opposition, winning losses, overall activity, and the push received by the promotion or promotions they work. First of all, if you want to really go there, let's talk about Becky Lynch when she was the Raw Women's Champion. When she was the Raw Women's Champion, all she was doing is feuding with Lacey Evans. For months, she was feuding with Lacey Evans. She didn't have that competitive anybody to wrestle her. There was no competition. The women's division was slowly deteriorating by the months. It wasn't until she wrestled Shayna Baszler in WrestleMania where she actually had some competition. And then she got pregnant, or she was already pregnant, and now she had to relinquish the title the day after Money in the Bank to Asuke. Charlotte Flair. Flair lost the NXT title. She only had probably a month and a half title reign. And yet, the woman is ranked number 4. This woman's title reign, and if you count all her title reigns, none of them has been impressive. None of them. They don't last long. They're not a title reign that we could go back and say, oh, that was a beautiful title reign. She had a great title reign. This woman never has a good title reign. She went to NXT. She wrestled a couple of women. She, and she ended up losing the belt, I think, to Shirai, if I'm correct. But she really didn't do anything for NXT at all, because Rhea Ripley, was the one who was the dominated female in there when she had the belt. But WWE decided, let's give the belt to the Queen. And screw Rhea Ripley. She'll get over it. And that's the way they work. PWI, the Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine, as of late, and what I've been looking at. Let me give you a little history. I was collecting Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine since 1983, 4 years after the inception. And I started collecting those magazines every single month. I will look forward for the PWI 500 list of wrestlers. I think they started that like in 1990 or 89, somewhere in that time. And I was always looking forward for it. And the last couple of years, they have done what I call favors, WWE favors. The year before Moxley, as a matter of fact, John Moxley won this year. I don't know. To me, from the time that they're mentioning from October from whatever year to the October the following year, he was doing a lot with the exception that he got hurt. He got stars on his elbow, and he wasn't able to wrestle. He had to come out of All Out last year, but he won the United States IWGP title the minute he got to Japan. He was wrestling all over the place. He was wrestling in all independent shows. So he made an impact when he showed up at AEW. So do I think he deserves to win the Pro Wrestling Illustrated top 500 wrestler #1? It's questionable because Adam Cole did his work and he had like a year reign. So that's questionable. But the year before, they gave it to Seth Rollins. And all Seth Rollins was doing the year before was wrestling Baron Corbin. So this is the same thing they're doing now with the women's division, where they came and they grabbed the top 5 women wrestlers in the WWE and put them 1 through 5. All of them. I don't know why, but this is just dumb stuff that the PWA is doing as of late. The fact that you got Asuka on #3, Asuka should be higher than Becky Lynch for the simple fact that Asuka won the women's tag title twice. Not once, twice with Kairi Sane. And yeah, people are going to be like, oh, but there's no really women's competition in WWE. Whose fault is that? That's not WWE's fault. But she still won the Money in the Bank. She won the Raw's title. Oh, well, she was given the Raw's title the first time because Becky Lynch was pregnant. And then she won the belt again from Sasha Banks. So it's just mind-boggling. Means that, I don't know, Sasha Banks, she was out for a couple of months of last year because she was pissed off at WWE. She didn't want to wrestle. She came back. She won the women's tag team belts with Bayley. Won the Raw's women's title also. So how she's #5? She should be higher than Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. So it's playing favoritism. This is WWE Shield stuff. Okay, Hiroki Shida ranked #6. She I mean, over Tessa Blanchard's #7 and Riho #8. Riho should be nowhere in this ranking. Okay, Riho is not the top 10 woman the wrestler in the world. Yes, so what? She won the first AEW Women's Championship, the inaugural champion. But let's be realistic. I mean, she held the belt for what, 2 months, 3 months before Nyla Rose beat her, and that was it. And you never saw Riho again. So if she's wrestling other places, I don't know. I mean, they got Riho in front of Io Shirai, who's #9. I don't understand. Rhea Ripley, #11. Rhea Ripley is better than Riho, and she's #11. Shayna Baszler, 13. Jordan Grace, #12. Jordan Grace, #12. Are you guys serious? Thunder Rosa. Now, this is the thing that, oh my God. Thunder Rosa, who is the NWA Women's Champion. This woman had 3 belts in 3 different countries. Okay? She had the NWA title here. She had the Tokyo Jumari, whatever the belt she had in Japan, which she had just vacated, and something else. And me looking at this right now is like, what the hell? This Thunder Rosa 14? You know what I'm saying? That means Riho is better than her. Hiroki Shida is better than her. I mean, Hiroki Shida, she beat Hiroki Shida at All Out, but I think Thunder Rosa deserves better than that. Nyla Rose at 16, which I think she should be lower than that. Taya Valkyrie, 17. Taya Valkyrie, she was the former Knockouts champion. She held that belt for a long time. So, Kylie Ray, who I believe this is the NXT Women's Champion, who has held that belt for so long. They put her at #19. The woman has held this belt for almost a year, and they got her on #19. They got Nikki Cross right behind her. Nikki Cross, are you guys serious? I don't know. Britt Baker, 22. Britt Baker shouldn't even be nowhere there because Britt Baker is not a good wrestler. You know what I'm saying? She had to turn heel for her to get some type of, attention. Then she got hurt. So, I don't know. This list is just mind-boggling. Deonna Purrazzo. This woman was in NXT for 3 years, and NXT never bothered to use it. WWE never bothered to use it. She goes to Impact and becomes the Knockout Champion. Can somebody explain that one to me? You know, like how this woman is so talented, goes to another promotion, wins the title, but she goes to NXT. She's there for 3 years. They're not using her. You know, so Big Steve, we got Big Swole here, number 39. Big Swole should be nowhere in the top 30s or top 40s at all. She's not all that. Tony Storm, they got her at 45. Lacey Evans at 43. You know, it's a top 100 woman. I don't know. It looks like whoever did this list was doing it. They even got Liv Morgan here at 84. Whoever did this list was playing favoritism. And it's funny because during the day today, I was on Twitter and I had people talking about, oh, but Bayley's pregnant. Okay, she's pregnant, but doesn't mean she's working. She's not working. This is not a popularity contest. And that's what PWI has become, a popularity contest. And I noticed that they don't cater to other promotions or being neutral to promotions. They catering to WWE like they've been doing the last 2 years. Okay, the only reason they didn't give another WWE wrestler the number one spot last year or this year was because of Moxley. They should have gave it to Adam Cole, but they try to be even. Even though Bayley deserves the number one spot. Let me tell you something. Bayley, well, what has she become in the last year and a half? I love it. I love it. The woman is beautiful. This was like the nice little girl who used to wave, hug, and kiss all the little girls in the crowd is now the woman who don't give a rat's ass, and she wants to win no matter at all costs. I mean, you see what she did to Sasha Banks, and if they are ready to go at it at Hell in a Cell, it's gonna be crazy. But this list again, Pro Wrestling Illustrated has lost his legitimacy as a top wrestling magazine because whoever is doing this list don't know what they're doing. I mean, I remember back in the days, I used to read it, and they would literally research and make sure that the winner, it's the winner is legit. You know what I'm saying? But my complaint is not who won this year in the women's part, because she deserves it, is the ranking. Becky Lynch should never be nowhere number 2. She's not working. So is Charlotte Flair. This is not a popularity contest, people. Folks, come on, you know better than that. So that you act like you don't know this. You know this. You really know this. You know, and it's but I had to bring it up, do a video of it, whether it's short or long, but the bottom line is, I'm gonna want to talk about it because this PWI list has become a joke the last couple of years. It has become a joke, it's been since Seth Rollins won the damn thing. When they did that, I think it was like 2 years ago or a year ago, that Seth Rollins won, and I was like, why did Seth Rollins won when Seth Rollins was feuding most of the time with Baron Corbin, and he was the Intercontinental Champion. Then he became World Champion, and he won the WWE title. Yes, he won it, but he kicked Brock Lesnar's balls in WrestleMania, whatever it was, and won it. He got his ass whooped throughout the whole match, and he just kicked him in the nuts and won the match. So, I don't know. And I think this is the problem with wrestling, when people just decide to say, well, if you don't like it, too bad. Becky Lynch belongs to number 2. No, because then you're not looking at the big picture. You're just being a fan and you're playing popularity shit. So that's the way I see it. I mean, in my years that I've been, like, again, following PWI 500 and 100 with female wrestlers or whatever, it's become a joke. And the PWI has become a joke. And I don't care what anybody says, it's the facts. You know what I'm saying? You know that Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair do not belong in the top 5. You know what I'm saying? Asuke should be number 2. And then Sasha Banks 3. At least 3. Okay? Thunder Rosa should have been in the top 10. Riho should not be in that list. I mean, they had people... Io Shirai, number 9. Like, come on. Are you kidding me? I don't know. I understand it, but that's my gripe with it, and that is my video of this Chokeslam Report podcast. It's very short and sweet, but I had to bring this up because I may not have time during the week to bring it up, and then if I do bring it up, it'll be a late late news, old news, and nobody want to be talking about it. So until then, guys, again, if you guys want to hear more from me, you can check out the links on top: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can also find me on the ChokeslamWrestlingReport.com. Again, the ChokeslamWrestlingReport.com. You can find my audio podcast there. Also, you can find me on UnhingedSN.com. UnhingedSN.com. You go there, and that is the Unhinged Sports Network. They got all kinds of podcasts there, including my wrestling podcast, my audio wrestling podcast. You guys could check that out. So let's see what happens. Again, thank you very much for listening to this video. Give me your feedback, your thoughts about this PWI list. Do you think it's legit? Do you think that what they did is right? Do you think that it's all right to leave her at number 2 because she was the Raw Women's Champion? We're talking about Becky Lynch, and she had to vacate the belt because she was pregnant. And does Charlotte Flair belong at number 4? I think that WWE is pushing Charlotte Flair all the way to the moon, and it's failing miserable because this woman title reigns are not memorable. None. They try to make her look like she's her father, and she's nowhere filling her father's shoes. Till then, guys, hope to see you and talk to you soon. And be careful, wear that mask, and stay safe. Good night.